let's have a look at this next one here. So this table is telling me that I've got some headings of saying what x is equal to. So here x is equal to -5, x is equal to 10, and x is equal to 0. I'm going to start with this middle column, x is 10, because it's going to be easier for me to explain how to substitute x with a positive number rather than a negative number to begin with. So if x is 10 then, if I'm substituting x as 10, that means 4 lots of 10 is 40, take away 6 is the same as 34. Okay. Let's have a look at the next one. If x is 10, here I've got -13, take away 4 lots of x, 4 lots of 10. So I've now got -13, take away 40. Now do you remember we showed you before, if I've got here 0, here I've got -13. If I'm taking away 40, remember I'm going backwards, I'm going this way. So I'm now taking away 40. So all I'm going to do in my head is 40 add 13, which is 53, but it's now a negative. So I've got -53. Let's look at this next one then. So if x is 10, here I've got 4 lots of 10, which is 40. Add on 30, 40 and 30 I know is 70. 70 divided by 5 is the next thing to do. And again, I would use bus stop method if you weren't sure, or just use your times tables. What was I doing? 70 divided by 5. And I worked that out to be 14. Okay. Next one, if x is 10, so here I've got 4 lots of 10 is 40. 40 divided by 5 is 8. 8 add 30 is 38. So hopefully you've seen how to do this with a positive number. I'm now going to do the same with a negative number, and I'm just going to rub this out so I can have a blank starting point. But that timeline, or the number line, sorry, is going to be really important when I look at those negative numbers. So now I've got x is -5. So 4 lots of x take away 6. So the first thing I'm going to do is 4 lots of -5. So I've got -5, -5, -5, -5. I have got -20. And then I'm taking away 6. Now remember, again on this number line, if this is 0, I'm currently on -20, a negative number, and then I'm taking away another 6. Now remember, if I'm adding, I'm going to get close to 0, and adding then this way, add 1, add 2, add 3, etc. But I'm taking away, so I'm going to be going backwards. So again, in my head, I'm going to be doing 20, add 6, in my head to get 26, but knowing it's a negative, so -26. But of course that wasn't what they were actually asking. They were wanting, what were they wanting? I'm lost now. So 4 lots of x, 4 lots of -5 was, yes, -20, then take away 6. Okay, yes, it was -26. Okay then, I've got -13, and I'm taking away 4 lots of x. So I've got -13, take away 4 times -5. So if I've got a -4 times by a -5. If you want to, for the moment, just ignore that negative and just think of it as 4 lots of -5, which was -20. Okay. Now, do you remember before when we were teaching in class, I'd said that when I'm taking away a negative, it's the same as adding. Because if I'm taking away something that's bad, like I'm taking away detentions, for example, I'm actually getting more positive. It's a better feeling, for example. So when I'm taking away that negative, that turns into now a positive, or I'm adding 20. So going back to that question, it was saying -13, add 20. So again, if I draw this on that number line, here's 0. I'm currently on -13, and I'm now adding on 20. Now I'm going to do this in 2 jumps. Here I am, adding on 13, but I'm adding on 20, so I need to add on another lot of 7. And so I know then my answer will be +7. Okay, I need a bit more room. I'm going to rub this bit out over here. Yeah, I'm going to rub that bit as well. I'll come back to that. Okay, my next one then. So I've got 4 lots of x, add 30 over 5. So again, I've got x as -5. So I've got 4 lots of -5. We've done this one before. 4 times -5 is the same as -20. And I'm then adding on 30. That's my next step. So -20, add on 30, just like I said before over here, I'm -20. Here would be 0. I'm adding 30, remember, so I'm going to do it in 2 jumps, add on 20, and then add on 10. So I'm now currently on 10, or +10, and I then need to divide by 5, because that's my next step. 10 over 5, or 10 divided by 5. That is a 0 there. Sorry about this. So 10 divided by 5 is, of course, 2. Okay, next one. X the same as -5. So 4 lots of negative 5 we've done already is negative 20. Negative 20 over 5 then. So negative 20 divided by 5. Just see this as 20 divided by 5, which is 4, but it's a negative. So it's going to be negative 4. And I'm now adding on 30. Remember, draw that timeline or number line again if you're stuck. Here I've got that negative 4. It's on this side. I'm adding on... Ooh, what was I adding on? I was now adding on 30, sorry. So I'm doing 2 jumps. I'm going to add on 4. And then I'm going to add on the remainder to get up to adding 30. So I need to add on then 26. So I know my answer is going to be positive 26 over here on the number line. 26. Okay, let's look at this final, let's look at this final column over here where x is the same as 0. Now remember, 0 is a special number. It just means that if anything is lots of 0, it means I've got nothing. So whatever I do, if I multiply by 0, I'm going to end up with 0. So 4 lots of 0 is 0, and I'm taking away 6. So that was simple. That I'm just negative 6. Then if x is 0, I've got negative 13 take away 4 times 0, which would be taking away nothing. So I've just got negative 13. What number was this? Was that meant to be a 6? Yeah, 0. Yeah, that's meant to be a 6. Sorry about that. Looks like an 8. Let's try again. Okay, then I've got over here. If x is 0, that's 4 lots of 0 is 0. 0 add 30 is 30. So I've got positive 30 divided by 5. 30 divided by 5 is 6. And then let's look over here. I've got 4 lots of 0 is 0. 0 divided by 5. Well, if I have nothing and I'm dividing it by 5, I'm going to have nothing still. So I've now got nothing, add 30, which is just 30. It's probably one of the easiest ones. And there we have it. Ta-da! Again, have a go at this on your own homework. Use this as an explanation. Remember, your numbers will hopefully be different, so you can then have a go at solving this. Did you see how much working out I was doing? Please don't forget you can use paper to help you work these things out. Okay? All the best, have fun, and let me know if you're getting on, how you're getting on.